How the fuck whenever a girl spend the night at your house, they motherfucking phone never ring?
To you. The phone never rings to you. Right. Yeah, because we keep it that way. You know, we keep it that way, and you want it kept that way, right? You want it kept that way. You think the trips to the bathroom are just for peeing? That's the only reason we go to the bathroom? There's a lot of things you can do in the bathroom besides pee. Right? You know, there's a lot of time sitting on the toilet. Sometimes you gotta do some admin work, some secretary duties, look at the calendar. My girl Mike already said that some of you dig-dogs could take note. Could take note. Your admin work, sloppy. Calendar, be overbooked, secretary duties. You need to double check your work. Don't start. Don't get upset. Because I'm spending time with you right now. You know what I'm saying? When it's we time, it's we time. It's me and you time. I'm not gonna let anything disrupt that. You know you're not the only one who wants to see me. You know that. I know that. We don't gotta pretend. Okay? So let's just have we time be we time.
They basically telling y'all that they selling box and that it's not your turn, bro. It's like she not yours. It's just your turn, but it's not your turn when she gonna be with another dude. And so I think that a lot of times these guys get caught up with these women thinking that they love y'all and they don't. Women have become more savage. I'm not even gonna say become. Women been more savage than men since the beginning of time. They've always been savage. They've always been hypergamous. They've always been focused on what they think is best for them. Now, of course, obviously, we know that most instances that they choose wrong and then they come back and they say that they want a simp to come back and pick up the pieces. But they basically telling y'all. So when you see these women sit there and debate me and go back and forth with me, and they be in my comments and they be heavy all on the streets and they say, "Hey, Anton, why do you?" I don't hate women at all. I absolutely adore women. I just understand what women are and what they're for. And I also understand how to separate a woman for the streets from a woman that's actually a wife. And some of y'all can't separate it. And so you wind up marrying the streets and then making it your wife. And then you wind up being pissed off as a result of it because you had no discernment. You don't know what to look for. You don't understand what the flags are. And they're telling you, they're begging you to acknowledge them for exactly who they are. And so what I'm doing is saying, yes, I acknowledge you. I 100% accept who you are. Since the beginning of time, since the biblical days, there are countless examples inside of the Bible itself that has existed for a long time, and y'all continue to ignore it. Look. Nobody is confused over on this side. They not even confused. They just telling on themselves now. And that's what the beauty of social media is that they took the guessing work out of it. Women have literally laid out the playbook for you and said, this is what we doing, this is how we moving, and this is what we want you to look at us as. And the beautiful part about that is that the guys that understand it and acknowledge it, they get more and they want to be used and looked at this way. And so you sitting there confused, like, why her phone ain't never ringing? But the other dudes are saying, I don't really care if her phone is ringing tonight because she not here for a long time. She here for a good time. And even they just want to be there. She telling you, she said, listen, the time that I'm spending with you is the time that I'm spending with you. And then I wind up being with somebody else. Though it is all I'm telling y'all to do at this point, because I don't have to say nothing. They basically telling you, all I'm telling you at this point, because you ain't even got to sneak. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to sneak. Hey, listen, I don't care nothing. Y'all asking questions. Y'all trying to understand who she with, how many dudes. Listen, once you understand who she is and you realize that she for the streets and you decide that you still want to bust it down, stop trying to make her your wife. Stop trying to make her your side. Stop trying to make her a thing. Stop trying to change her into being something different because now y'all acting like women. Y'all acting like women in which a lot of these women get with these guys and then they be like, oh, he never changed, or he was a bad person, or he was overly narcissistic. No, he was exactly what he was when you decided to lay down with him. You decided to have children with him. You said that you wanted to change him. In reality, he was never any different than exactly what he showed you. And so it's the same thing when it comes to these women. They are not different. They are not switching up in most instances. They do switch up sometimes. I'm not going to cap on that. Just like it's some guys that wind up finessing these chicks and they be like, ah, fuck that bitch. But They do switch up sometimes, but for the most part, they telling you exactly who they are. She's not. Look, this woman is giving all of the signs, even on social media, even before she even opened up her mouth. She's showing you, she's telling you, and she's saying, listen, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And so, as long as y'all mutually agree on what a good time is, and you protect yourself and you make sure that you're not getting finessed on the back end and you're not catching feelings, and you look at her for exactly who she is, man, if you don't let that chick be who she is, or let another dude take on that burden. If you looking for a wife, she's not it. Stop trying to change her into being something that they not. And she's just a representation of what most women are in 2024 and beyond. Y'all keep trying to put a genie back in the bottle. Oh man, it's hard out here. It's not hard out here. It's not. They're saying, listen, we don't want to be a wife. We want to be in the streets. And you know, the worst part about this is that in the future, you know, when whatever happens, happens, most women then come back in their late 30s, early 40s, and then they say, we're all a good men at. They already chose, they already took up, they got married earlier in life. They chilling, they in the crib, they mowing their lawn, they get into the bag, they becoming successful, they becoming congressmen and the president of the United States and phenomenal people within their company and building legacies and having like they living. They chilling. They just not visible to you because the places that you finding them is not that. And so all I'm telling y'all is recognize it for what it is. Understand what you're dealing with. And you know, if you a snake charmer, that's what I'm calling y'all trying to be. Y'all trying to be snake charmers. Now why are you trying to charm a snake? Understand a snake is what it is, and so whatever use that you have for it, you utilize it effectively. Stop trying to change it into being something else. It's not that. It's not man's best friend. It's always gonna be a snake. And so y'all need to start acknowledging that. Y'all need to start paying attention to the signs. And sometimes nowadays it's not even hard. They're not even giving you no signs. All they're doing is telling you directly for what it is. Hey, listen. And stop paying these hoes too, because they giving it away for free. The thing that you paying her for, she giving it to somebody else for free, and then y'all keep making an excuse and saying, "Oh, I'm paying her to leave." No, just leave. What are you talking about? You're paying her to leave, man. Listen, I see more dudes make excuse for what tricking is, and I don't care how y'all try to justify it. It's always gonna be tricking, whether you got it or not, whether you saying I'm paying her to leave and all of that. No. Listen, the very thing that you doing for her, and listen, if you a trick, then just say you a trick and keep it moving. But the very thing that you're doing for her, somebody else is getting it for dead free. And the fact that she got you listed in her phone as food, just don't be surprised and don't be butthurt about it. Just acknowledge that Uncle Anton is always right. And they are what they are, and they are for the streets. And so let them be, man. Let them be. It is not your woman to save. Stop trying to save them. Since the beginning of time, and I know it's still gonna be dudes that fight it. Oh my God. Come on, man. Look. It's even gonna be dudes that say, well, marriage is the ultimate. Absolutely not. Not if you understand exactly what your purpose is as a man. Because if that woman is not bringing more value in than you're spending as far as making sure that they're taken care of, then you still a fool. It's a way to be successful in every single thing that you do, but you got to be able to recognize it for exactly what it is and treat it accordingly. Stop trying to do something that you ain't supposed to be doing. Let them be. They want to be for the streets. Stop trying to pull them out of there. Crazy. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, I can't wait to read y'all comments on this one. I love y'all, man.